Hello, my name is Todd Bigelow. I'm a freelance photographer based in Los Angeles for the last 30 years, working with editorial, corporate, and nonprofit clients. I'm an adjunct professor of photography and photojournalism, workshop founder, and author of the Freelance Photographer's Guide to Success Business Essentials. This is just a short video series where I talk about business topics for freelance photographers. Hope you enjoy. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping back by. Today's going to be a little bit different. I want to just kind of address a basic topic of freelancing and entrepreneurship. And that is, kind of derived from a number of requests that I get from former colleagues, mostly from people that, I just kind of have an association with through social media or having briefly met at a variety of speaking engagements or conferences or whatever the case might be. So I get a lot of emails. I even get some phone calls. Those who still pick up the phone and actually call people. I do have a number listed on my website, which I do, and I recommend, obviously, for any freelancer so that people can get a hold of you. But sometimes, people get a hold of you that are making requests for information that I can't necessarily fulfill. And that's kind of what the basis of today's talk is about. Trying to find that right balance between making sure that you give back to the community, give back to the profession, which I've done, going back many years because I've had some really good mentors in that field, people that have shown me, the willingness to help me forward, especially early in my career. And I've made a point of trying to do that, throughout the last 20, 25 years, specifically when I've kind of gained more knowledge and I can pass that on. So I want to make sure that point is made here, that I do feel it's very important that we try to help one another along. That is and was the original basis for creating my workshop, so that I could share that information. And my workshop is not, by any means a big moneymaker for me. I try to keep the tuition very low and so forth, but the point of it is to share information that is not typically shared either at conferences or at universities or in any manner. So that information that I do share in my workshop and that I share in my book, covers a lot of topics. The most frequent requests that I get for help is regarding usually contracts and licensing, and they oftentimes go hand in hand. If I had to pick one that was at the top, it's regarding licensing. So I get a lot of requests for me to help photographers create a license, respond to a request, with information regarding fees and terms and so forth like that. Unfortunately, I can't fulfill all those requests, which comes back to my point about finding that balance. Okay, so I do try to give back. I try to help as much as I can in a variety of ways, but I obviously can't respond to each and every request, which led me to, develop some, consultation fees and so forth for those that, really need that help. However, one-on-one consultations, obviously are going to be a little bit more expensive than, engaging in finding that information on your own. So one big point I want to make today is, part of freelancing is developing that knowledge base. And I know so many of my colleagues have done this. So in no way, shape, or form am I, talking down to anybody and saying everybody has to go out and do this, because I know it's done, and I'm sharing that here. You have to take that time to go out and find the information, and sometimes that's buying a book or joining an organization where that information is available to their members via portals that members have access to information such as copywriting and how to copyright step by step, or how to license, or discounts on licensing software, discounts on books, so forth and so on. So A lot of that information is available on licensing to people that are members of, say, ASMP or APA or other organizations. All of those also put on, various workshops and webinars and so forth, where you can learn a little bit more about how to license or how to analyze a contract. There's also other things online. Obviously, you can do YouTube tutorials and back in the day, I was doing a lot of lynda.com when I was trying to learn, how to evolve into multimedia and so forth. So there has to sort of be that willingness to take that time and devote it to really learning on your own, because I think the best base of knowledge comes through self-discovery and not necessarily being told how to do something. And, at least that's my opinion based on my own experiences. I have been helped, and I do help others. But I've also spent a lot of time kind of reading, researching. I have taken workshops on all number of things. I've taken courses on real estate, for example. I took, years of courses on real estate so that I could understand perhaps how to better invest and how to better, maybe sell my home if I ever decided to get my license, because I did pass my courses. But, I took that effort upon myself to learn that information, buy the textbooks that were, necessary to acquire that information. So, again, as a freelancer, I do think that it is important that time is devoted to really learning how to kind of navigate some of these minefields like contracts, like licensing. Licensing is not something that is easily acquired, at least the experience of how to properly license. It does take a little bit of time and effort to develop that understanding about terms, about fees, about valuation, about how to negotiate, a license so that it meets your client's expectations as well as yours. These things will come with more experience, but you will have to devote some time to learning it. And when you do make a request, to others to help you, understand that it's not usually something that can just be written up in like a 3 or 4 sentence reply to an email that will give you all of the basic information you need. Okay, those of you that have licensed know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so again, today to just kind of encapsulate, this wasn't like a how-to, but more of a recommendation that, if you can find time and devote time to researching on your own so that you can kind of tailor the information, individualize the information, and personalize the information to fit your own needs, something that a mentor friend of mine, teacher of mine, calls TIP when he's teaching. He says, tailor, individualize, and personalize. You can get that information and then kind of, use it for your own business, whatever it might be. If it's photojournalism, if it's, wedding photography, if it's corporate photography, or whatever the case might be. Okay. So I hope you take that information and apply it, help others along when you can, but also know that you will be, it will benefit you to take your own time and search out that information through workshops, textbooks, organizations, whatever the case might be. Okay. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you, continue to push forward with your business understanding of the business side of photography. And I hope you stop back by again soon.